All right, 5 o'clock on a Friday. Let's do this. Let's hit the books, part of the Hammer Betting Network, sponsored by FanDuel, alongside the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Joey Knish, who just, our outstanding producer, Barbara, prevented you from being a butt of jokes, buddy. The way you were sitting and the way your mic was, buddy, that was going to be something special. But kudos to Barbara, who's filling in. Not filling in. She is the boss now. I'm merely Brad Powers. Before we get in your comments, and they're already lined up, it looks like, in the chat, let me remind everybody that this beautiful show is brought to you by FanDuel. And this college football season is delivering weekly showdowns you don't want to miss. And right now, all customers on FanDuel can score a 50% profit boost for this week's big matchup on campus between the big Michigan Wolverines, who we love on this show, against the Oklahoma Sooners. And here's how it works for the Michigan-Oklahoma game. You're going to place a bet on the game, apply your profit boost, and enjoy boosted winnings when your bet hits. Hopefully it's Michigan and the under, which we've given out as best bets already. That's a 50% profit boost. Best part, you get paid instantly when you win. So you're going to use your boost on bets like spreads, overs, unders, team props, and so much more. Don't wait. You visit FanDuel.com/hitthebooks. That's FanDuel.com/hitthebooks to download the app. Boost your next bet on this week's marquee game. You must be 21 plus and present in select states or Kansas in affiliation with the Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issues as a non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgambling.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit Gambling Helpline ma.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 supports in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE New York or text HOPE New York in New York. Wow, I about struggled in there. Almost had a brain fart, man. How you been, man? You're down there. You're at home number 2.
Yeah, a little beautiful downtown, and I'll be heading right to Motor City Casino, FanDuel, as soon as the show wraps up. So, yeah, little bit there, and you know what? I'm feeling fresh because I didn't stay up for the end of Eagles Cowboys. Like all you suckers, I didn't get to see another point last night. So yeah, that was night one of the first half. I was like, it's great. I was loving this, and then
the lightning delay.
The
weather takes all energy out of the stadium.
And the game and the hour and 15 minutes. I was like, it was like 10:15. I was like 11:30. Like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
It's ridiculous. I liked your tweet about just signing a thing. It says, if I get hit by lightning, they're not responsible.
And do like a 5-minute, like there's a lightning in the area. If you want to exit the stadium, if you got a family or any of that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and exit. We're going to pause the game.
15 minutes.
Right. 15 minutes. We're going to pause the game. Go ahead and exit. Get to your car if you want to get out. Otherwise, if you want to stay, we're restarting this. I don't care if the fucking lightning hits the 40-yard line. We're restarting this game in 15 minutes.
I love it. I'm not even. I think that's very doable. They won't ever do it, but
listen, it's performative safety. How many people? Do you know the amount of people that die from lightning strikes in the North America? It's like 20 a year or something like that. Like on average. How many
have died in the history of football events?
Right. In live football games or driving home from the stadium or fly, like it's just like, oh, we've got this light. It's all bullshit. It's like, when you were like, I know this is going to go against Joey Lib, but like during COVID, when it was like, oh, we're going to do this like glass shield on the counter. Like that's not going to fight. It's just performative safety. It's not actually doing anything. So like, I mean, I'm out on the lightning. I'm out on the lightning days.
I won't go down to COVID. The whole eating at a restaurant and then having a mask on after eating.
Right.
That was the most ridiculous.
It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that was something.
So yeah, that lightning falls.
According to Barb, our great producer, 43 lightning deaths per year over the last 30 years.
There you go.
How many in a football game? That's according to the National Weather Service. I'm with you, man. I just was at a game last week with lightning. I didn't see any lightning. I was standing on top of the stadium looking at the storm. Nothing. Let's go. Aaron, let's get to the chat. The real stars of the show, you guys, the viewers that makes this show possible, and also super chats that make it possible. I'm very happy that they're going to Barbara now instead of some of the other folks here at Hammer. Aaron, $10 super chat. What do you guys think of Gundy's comments? Think Lanning pours it on this week? Thanks and good luck this weekend. Barbara, pull that game up. It is Oregon against Oklahoma State. Oregon against Oklahoma State. If we can pull that game up, kicks off at 3:30. I'm going to ask your thoughts on this as you get out your phone.
Yep.
I don't mind laying 27.5 with a little extra juice at our friends at FanDuel.
That's where I thought you were going.
Let's lay it. Let's start off the show with the best bet.
Yep.
Lock it in. Oregon minus 27.5. They pour it on Oklahoma State. Oregon.
And when Oklahoma's QB1 went down in that first game, and I had a position in this game. It was against UT Martin week one, so I was like, all right, I got to see what's going. Like just watch the entire. They couldn't move the ball. The run game fell off. They couldn't move the ball at all. And now, again, I'm not going to throw too much on narrative street with Gundy's comments and all that, but if Oregon's got a chance to put up a number, and I've been calling for Gundy's head for 3 years now. 2 of those has actually been correct. One of those I jumped the gun a little early. I think the program is in serious trouble right now. And I don't think – I mean, the guy that they had – this is like Michigan 2024 quarterback situation with the guy could not throw the ball 30 yards downfield. He's throwing his whole body just to chuck something up out of bounds. I don't think they're going to be able to move it whatsoever, and this can be a burial.
Love it. I'm glad we went to that one. I was going to ask you if it was at the end of the show and we hadn't got to that game. I was going to ask you about it, but I could tell right away you knew where I was going because you pulled out the phone. So, thank you, Aaron, for that $10 super chat. Got us to a best bet right off the show, and I know the people watching love that. Also, got another super chat from Alaska Bullworm 2, $10 super chat. Don't expect KSU to compete with IU, but Kennesaw. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of KSUs. With IU, but how did Wake only win 10-9? Send Wake to the Atlantic Sun, not the Atlantic Coast. That's a game where I'm not there on the side. I kind of lean towards the over, more than lean, but Kennesaw ran a lot of tempo.
Yep.
Didn't work.
I was going to say, it wasn't very smooth, but
running tempo against a team like Indiana is going to create more possessions for Indiana. And Indiana moved last week. They had 6 possessions inside Old Dominion's 10 and came away with 20 points. You think, oh, that's not too bad. No, you should have 30 plus when you have 6 trips inside the 10, not the 20, the 10. So I lean over there.
At past 35, it would be Kennesaw or nothing for me. It's not one I've actually played. I do think Indiana – I'm not going to say is significantly downgraded from last year, but I don't think it's, the same team overall talent-wise. With some of what they lost on defense, the difference in quarterback that I'm not as high. So lay this kind of number against a Kennesaw team that, again, not a great performance versus Wake, but I at least saw some potential in what they were trying to do on offense, it would be 35.5 or nothing for me. It'd be one of those, if game's going to – I'll call it pizza bet before tag if I'm getting 35.5 or better on this
one. 28.5 at our friends at FanDuel. Already the best bet. Jumped right through that secondary number. I'll call it 28. Mark in the chat says Brad looks like a 1980s NASCAR driver today. Awesome.
I was going to say this. I don't know if I've ever seen you wear a non-sports affiliated hat.
Yeah. I was struggling. I didn't want to. I was like, man, I have 10 Notre Dame hats. I can't wear until they win another game. So, and I think I wore BG one of the previous shows, and I don't know. I just was running late and just threw this on. I'm out in the country now, so I picked it up at Walmart. It reminds me of speaking of NASCAR. Reminds me of my favorite driver when I was growing up, Rusty Wallace.
Rusty,
number 2, Miller Genuine Draft number 2. Love that. Thank you for that.
Just on the last, because to get his money's worth there, I know he's trying to dunk on Wake. Robbie Ashford, I've never seen it. I know it's fun, but friend in the space, Barry Horse had a stream where he was last week that he was really selling. That was I think the reason for the Wake play on Ashford. I don't see it. I've never seen it with him. And so I don't think that the offense that they're trying to run at Wake with him is going to work. So I think they're in for a long season, unless I'm very wrong on what I mean, again, one sample size, but that's not a great Kennesaw defense, and they could have lost that game.
And Wake took some money against them. Not too many FCI, although I can't. I mean, I see they're starting to get posted. Western Carolina took some money against old Wake already. I see somebody probably bet that. Probably somebody watching. Let's go back to the chat. Crestman, solid CLV on the Michigan-Oklahoma total. Yeah, we gave that one out in the summer. Thoughts on Houston -13? That was all you, man. Great job on you.
I will say,
Uh-oh.
I think that's gone.
Too far?
I think it's gone too far. If you bet it during the summer, I was not going to play back on this. I actually did, I think, caught a 43.5 and played back.
There's a couple 43.5s.
Yeah, that to me is a little bit aggressive on the move under. Both teams Michigan ran tempo for the first time in probably the history of Michigan football, going back to 1802 or whatever. So they had some tempo. Obviously, we like what we saw from Underwood. Both offensive lines, if you're going under here, both O-lines, ton of question marks. So I get it from that perspective. But I'd actually lean over, and I played back some at 43.5.
Don't disagree at 43.5. Crestman was asking about Houston -13.5, Marshall -8.5 from our good boys north of the border. Thanks for the knowledge as always. I thought a peculiar move, I think, got set up in the market earlier this week. Was Rice got bet from like 14, it was down to 11. This was early in the week, and then somebody hammered Houston. I don't know if it was Tuesday night. I agreed with the Houston money. I actually lean Houston -13.5. Did you do anything with that game? Oh, I bet the under took a ton of action from the stupid opener, but I can't bet that now.
Yeah, so there's conflicting in the market in that one, the Houston Rice. I know some people that bought Rice around 14 in that. Know some buyback that was on Houston at 13. So I think that one's going to keep trading back and forth. I didn't actually get in on that one in either way. I know I had somebody looking for a 13 that it got away before we were able to fill it. But then I know there was buyers at Rice at 14.5. So that one I think is going to probably end up right there, but don't have a position either way right now. Marshall, I actually kind of lean the other way a bit.
That's taking a little bit of money the other way.
Yeah.
Missouri State.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not a Missouri State truther, but I really think Marshall is down and gutted. So I've gun to my head Missouri State, but again, not one I've actually filled yet.
Let's get to a few moves before I get back to the chat, because people, because we've been talking about these Friday moves, and now that it's a normal week, peculiar moves on Friday that you like to pay attention to. Duke went from off a key number from 3 to 2.5 today. I'd consider that sharp. Kentucky started taking money last night. I know that group. They're out of New York. They don't follow everybody else in the market. So
I was going to say I'm
on the other side.
Yeah,
but I respect on who's behind that. That took some money. Tulane got hammered. You see that 10 to 13.5. I mean, when that moves 3.5 points late in the week, my goodness.
Yeah, that's a big time move. I know I added a little bit more Mississippi. Or Ole Miss to.
You want to make it a best bet?
What's
at 8.5? Our friends at FanDuel.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, best bet. Ole Miss -8.5. I'm in. I'm in at 9.5. What do I?
Yeah, we bet some 9.5, and then I re-up some more at 8.
3:30 kickoff, Barbara. Ole Miss, Kentucky -8.5. FanDuel. I'm looking at the screen right now. It's there. It ain't gonna be there very much longer, but it's there. All right, good. We might have another one or two best bets. I'm liking. Last year, I liked this Friday board. Good things happen to those who are patient sometimes. Because I was sitting here like yesterday. I'm like, I got nothing. And then some stuff starts coming into play. All right, another best bet. Was there another move? I'm trying to think. No, not off the top of my head. There probably was, but we said there's probably be a little bit of buyback on BC.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that people bet BC at 4.5.
Yeah, I agree. I know there was
I mean, I
early
like
in the
Michigan
week,
State, but I'm just saying I'm not surprised.
early in the week, I knew there was a group that thought that the Lonergan was going to be either out or not 100%. I know he left last week, and then Bob said he'd be good to go. So, like, I think he's going to play, but is he 100%? Wouldn't also, like, that'd be one I'd be watching pregame warmups to see who's taking snaps with the first team in that, because there is some chance that he could be out, and I know a group that hit it early in the week based on that. So I haven't seen the. Have you seen the updated? I was just going to look for updated practice report, but
it was positive.
Okay.
I don't have the specifics, but I can just tell you it's positive. Mason Bryan in the chat talking about Duke plus 3.5, his favorite bet of the weekend. Have been chomping at the bit to fade this Illinois team. Would love your thoughts. Yeah, I think that was one I circled. I think that's sharp. I got asked by a couple of people that I respect. The buy orders came in. You can't play it now at 2.5, but I think you got a good bet at 3.5.
Yeah,
really good
for
bet.
sure. That's one of those. And I would say, I know we've had a couple buy 3.5, lay 2.5 games this week. That's not one I was looking to be on the Illinois side. I'll say that. Like, I was not lining. And as you've seen a little you didn't see a bunch of market pushback on that right away. So
no. I did my dumbass bet Illinois in the summer minus 1.5 in that game. My numbers at that time were a little down on Duke. I thought Mensa looked pretty good. Barbara, we're grading at 8.5. I know 9.5. We're grading at 8.5. It was there. The chat will back me up, hopefully. Austin M, do we play a juice plus 7 for Kansas? I'm not wild to be involved on that one. But I would certainly, I don't know if you play a juice 7 or you just wait and see if a 7 pops.
There was a early 7.5 that was out there.
Really? Where was that at?
It was even before the Circa Open. I just grabbed it again. Small piece there. Not again, even at 7, I'm not super excited about. And again, Kansas's body of work. Now it's 2 weeks. The Fresno win looks way more impressive after they get kind of a bounce back and smash Georgia Southern. They looked very good against FCS opponent last week. So I was pumping the brakes on Kansas early. I don't know. I think this will be a great test. Not one I'm looking to exactly get involved in too much. Zach, it was a FanDuel 7.5 Sunday morning. But I thought I would take a Missouri position. I'm not surprised at some of the early Missouri money. But if you want to tell me you want to buy a Kansas at 7, I can't argue it.
Fair enough. Jacob C's asking another game around a key number. Mississippi State a bet at 7. I think again I didn't bet it personally, but I think that's the sharper side there.
Yeah, I would lean that way as well. I would act. You know what?
You see a 7? I don't see a 7.
I know. I think the 7s have been eaten up. But I was going to say that
was on Mississippi State at 7.
Yeah, that was the sharp side as well, and I don't think that's coming back. If anything,
no, I don't think it's coming back either. I did not. Oh wow, I forgot to look at your Moneyline round robin.
Yeah.
I think Mississippi State's very live in that game,
and they're in it.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. I did not even look at it, but I'm glad that that's a part of it because that would definitely be one. There's hotel issues and stuff with Arizona State, isn't there? I'm seeing like photos on social media. They had to stay at a hotel an hour away.
Yeah, he's like, there's nothing. And then everybody who knows anything about was like, no, that's not like people were like, no, the opposing teams usually stay like across the street at a Marriott or something. Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Uh-oh. Gonna be a hornet's nest there.
Yeah.
I think we're ordering up more. I mean, I got a fever and the only cure is more cowbell. Let's see. Mason also in there. The total is going over in Little Rock this week. Don't think we have seen the worst of the Hogs D yet. Raz also gave it out. Go Hogs. There was a little buyback back on that one, right? I think today, or did I? Yeah, it was up to 63.5, down to 62.5.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at on that. I bet Arkansas early in the week. I don't know.
I do. I know.
You do anything? I would lean over 62.5.
Friend of the show, Colin Wilson, was big on like over, and like over. And then obviously some market buyback there. I would lean with the over after the buyback, but it's not a game that I was super excited to get involved in either way.
I don't want to play a bunch of overs this time of year until I see different, whenever everybody playing too high safety.
Yeah.
Boy, Trevor was pretty prescient, and this was at 444 and 442 about Oregon and Ole Miss. Oregon minus 27.5 and Ole Miss minus 8.5. Well, you got your answer, Trevor. They're both best bets. Boom. Mark, Ole Miss Kentucky lines dropping. Yep, we jumped on the lane train. Action Sports Central. Why does nobody seem to love UTSA over Texas State? Power rankings say this should be 7.5. I think that was another doctor play there. Did you watch last year's game? I think it was 49-10, and the line was pick 'em at kickoff. There's probably some, not that last year means anything, but you got the same coaching staff on both. I didn't bet it. I would say I see 3.5 out there. I would. Yep. I need one more tick. 3, I'm going to go on UTSA.
Yep, I'm with you on that. I don't know if it'll get there, but
yeah, I don't know either.
I understand the early money on there, but it would be, just a tick down there for UTSA. And that it's got to be 3 or nothing.
Yep. Guy asked in the chat, hey guys, Iowa State, Iowa over 42.5. This isn't last year. I'm not betting over in the Cyhawk game. Are you?
I haven't, but I don't totally disagree with the sentiment. I think, and again, we took an Iowa position. You'd even some thought of 3.5.
3.5 right now. What are we doing?
Yep. I will say I do know some people that bought Iowa State at 3. So
you don't want to make it a bet. We have bet plus 3.5.
Yeah, and me personally, again, in on 3.5. I like 3.5. I do see the point of you're going to have concerns after a small sample of the Iowa offense week 1, and I love
playing.
I know. FCS, we hold nothing in the bag. Watching that one back, he was really bad, and I like Gronowski, and I thought that was like an incredible offseason pickup. Through 1 week, woof, that was tough. I mean, it just was like it wasn't a Bryce Underwood debut. It was a holy shit. Why is this guy not throwing the football like a normal person debut? So again, in on Iowa, like it at 3.5. I can see the concern.
I got the same sentiments because I asked around today to people. I'm like, why are we not going on Iowa plus 3.5? And they all pretty much said what you said. We like it, we bet it, but I got the but from everybody.
It was really ugly last week. It just was like there's no way to slice it. So,
all right, fair enough. Brandon in the chat, 999 super chat. Really want to take Yukon on the money line. Is that a part of the money line round robin?
So I liked Yukon on the side this week early. Got bet down pretty quickly. It's not in the money line. Basically, I don't love to take ones that have
cratered.
Yes, great word. Where you're already, we're talking a Yukon opener 9.5. There were some 10s out there, and now you're playing a money line at the conversion price at 6.5. It's just one of those that I lean
Syracuse at 6.5.
Yeah, there was a little bit of buyback on Cuse anyway at 6.5, and just so for me, I left that one out. I wouldn't be so totally surprised, but not one I wanted to throw in.
Tripp's asking about the look-ahead line, FanDuel for next week's LSU Florida. What was it, 7.5?
I thought it was 8. Was it 8.5?
Oh, 8.5? Ooh, that seemed. I don't know, man. I need to see. I've seen what I need to see out of LSU, but Long Island's a bad FCS team, so
yeah,
I kind of want to see what Florida has a little bit this week. I didn't bet that one.
No, I had a conversation with somebody earlier on them. None of them really. There wasn't a ton of meat. Not that it's I mean, they were premium games. Not that it's that hard to make it, but none of them were like really wanting to snap up.
I think if it was game week, like if it was Sunday, I would snap a couple up. But right now, boring. I need another data point on some of these damn teams. When you play Little Sisters of the Poor, that's not a. I want to see one more. Cole McCormick in the chat. Thoughts on Vanderbilt this week? Virginia Tech's quarterback looked rough. Yeah, he did. He was terrible. But statistically, they probably should have covered last week. Virginia Tech.
Yep.
I need a 3 on Vanderbilt. Do we see it? We saw a little bit of support. It's up to 2.5. That's one to monitor. That's a Saturday night game. I would say let's go back to that one. Unless you tell me you like Virginia Tech.
No, it was one that again, Vandy. I haven't had a good read on Vandy since they switched over and became a real football program. I had a number of times was off last year, even this year with kind of bringing a lot back. It's a team I've kind of tended to shy away from because it just it's like last year it was like when are they going to go turn back into the pumpkin, and it never really happened. It just kept covering these massive spreads. This year, obviously, the markets numbers that adjusted. And this is like, yeah, I would need a bigger number to want to get involved here, especially on the Vanderbilt side.
Owen in the chat. Cincinnati minus 19.5, BYU minus 19 from earlier in the week. Thoughts on these? Well, I love Cincinnati, and that one just kept running. So that'll be my CLV trophy of the week, or one of them. I watched BG, Ziggy Zumba last week. It's got to get higher for me to consider BG buyback. There was some buyback about an hour ago on the BYU game. Your best friend took Stanford.
We talked about it earlier today. Once it got above 3 touchdowns, I just like the style that Stanford plays in when you're getting a big number. It's going to be slow. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be run the football. Goldberson, this is a guy who I remember fading a few times at Oregon State, and he'd come out and look like fucking, like John Elway for a few quarters. And then against Hawaii, he single-handedly blows the fucking game. I have to think he'll be a little bit better. And again, I'm not in BYU early, nice performance. I'm still not that bullish on them overall to be laying this kind of number against a team that I think is good to ugly it up with a little bit of a break. So I like the play at over 3 touchdowns.
See the FCS market's getting blown up on air. It's nice to see. Mono Sports with a super chat, $1.99. This is the easiest super chat we got for me in the back. What's CLV? Closing line value. So let's use the Cincinnati game as closing line value. So early in the week, it was 17 and a half, 18. But we're talking Sunday and Monday. Now that's 23 and a half. So what we'd say is we got 5.5 points of CLV, just subtracting the number that you bet it at. And if it moves with your bet, you got to see, CLV. Negative CLV would be if the line went in the opposite direction. So that's what we use. It's not, I don't know why there's a debate on it. On liquid markets, there shouldn't be. It's not everything, but it is something over the long haul. In any individual game, it's nothing. But I always tell people, if you don't think it means anything, I'll give you a little bit of a contest if you want to take me up on it. Let me bet 5 minutes before kickoff the entire college football board using the opening lines, and we'll see if how big of a believer of CLV you are or not. So, and then no one ever takes me up on that offer.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of intricacies, but in the general philosophy of if you're betting earlier in the week and you're ending up with CLV, it's like the simplest way to, analyze if you're getting a good
in liquid markets. If you're, yes. I mean, it's illiquid markets, then maybe you're just creating your own CLV, right?
That's
where are you at on that?
We've had those conversations whenever we bet stuff such as minor league baseball. I'll give an example where nobody's betting it. So if we're betting it and you're creating a false, I know this is getting into the weeds, but all right, we're betting in a bunch of accounts, it's going to move. It doesn't mean just because there's no real market, it's either the stuff is good or it's not. So that's one of those. But again, in the broader spectrum, as you mentioned.
We're talking NFL, college football.
Yeah.
It does. I've tracked it for 5 years, thousands of plays. You get out in front of it. It's great. You chase it right before kickoff is a no-go. You don't want to do it. You also don't want to fade it either. Although last week, if you would have faded them, I think if there's a week to fade them, it's probably week 1 right before kickoff. And that would have been both would have been profitable. Numbers matter. Big Stu, USC, $5 super chat. Have we reached an acceptable number at plus 7.5 for the world's best mascot, Big Red, and the Hilltoppers? You want to go on that one?
I'm on the toppers, baby.
Yeah, let's have some action on a local game. I'll take Western Kentucky plus 7.5. FanDuel, 7 o'clock kickoff, Barbara, plus 7.5. Western Kentucky, game number 383, the rotation number. 7 o'clock. Boom. She's getting good. She's learning quick. Best bet, Western Kentucky, 7.5.
There we go. I add some. I was already in. I got to add some more as we're.
You better. We'll be moving it.
Yep.
David's asking in the chat, David Martell, Tulsa is taking steam, still good at -4. My numbers are lower. I mean, there's a lot of people I respect, love Tulsa. I mean, impressive first game performance, although I do think Abilene's down this year, an FCS team. I mean, I'll need everything I need to know about this game. Maybe I'm being too conservative, but a lot of people I trust, Tulsa's like their favorite play of the week. Where are you at? Are you in agreement there or no?
Bet it early. It's getting a little rich for me, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a new coaching staff. I know New Mexico State sucks, but Tulsa's laying money on, laying more than a field goal on the road. Let's see it.
I know. I don't love, this is one of those, and again, early in the season, I just don't love it. If you're playing it now, you're chasing, a number through multiple keys, opens 2.5. Now you miss the 3, you miss the 4, and it's like, all right, now I'm going to lay that to me over the long term. And I know every spy they win, 51-0. Then people are like, we trying to lie. Over the long term, I don't like chasing these big moves after moving through. I don't think that's a good way to do business.
No. Jay Jones in the chat. Hit the like button, you filthy animals. I agree. A lot of people watching, not a lot of people hitting that like and subscribe button. Like and subscribe if you support the show. Trout, thoughts on Pittsburgh minus 21.5 against Central Michigan. San Jose State had guys running wide open. Turnovers killed them. I agree with that. That was Trout's paying attention. He actually watched the game. Not that I don't think Central Michigan, we said this, not that they weren't the right side, but I think San Jose State should have won the game. Man, that was another bad opener on Sunday that I missed. My dumbass is in Kentucky. Lean 21.5. I mean, my numbers are 24. That should be signifying a big bet. A lot of money came in on the under. Is there weather? Because that got hit multiple times.
I know some people who played the under there. I'll take and
you want to go head to head? We'll go head to head at 21.5. You want to go head to head?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
I was going to take a different approach.
All right, let's hear it.
I like actually playing on San Jose State this week against Texas.
Really?
Yeah. Where are you at?
I lean more over in that game than anything.
Okay.
They ran some tempo. Texas, I think, is going to want to put up stats. But yeah, I mean, do you want to fade Arch Manning? I'm not. I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm not totally sold on just this Texas everything's going to go right and bounce back and click. And I know it was Ohio State. And he can bounce back and play better, and they can win by 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns.
Win 42-7, and you still cover.
That's what I thought they showed, outside of not being, totally prepared in the first half for that Central offense. Outside of that, I thought it was an all right performance. And again, some big misses, as you said.
Are you going best bet? Because it's starting to move.
It's not the best number in the market at.
All right, then we're bet. That is a bet, but not a best bet. How's that?
Yeah, we'll go. Good.
We got to be careful the way we talk, because I'm seeing it move already. I got another super chat. Thank you, Barbara, for getting that. Connor in the chat, $4.99. Excited to see my alma mater on Fox tomorrow. Thoughts on the Blue Hens catching 24 against Colorado's 2-quarterback system? That's Delaware, the Blue Hens. That is kind of cool. First time on Fox. That would be cool. See your alma mater on Fox
Yep.
for the first time? I remember how cool it was seeing BG get College Game Day when I was there in college way back in the day. Delaware's got some quarterback injuries, but that's been the case for the last couple of years. They have like 2-3 guys that are capable. Where are you at on that one? I lean kind of over 49.5.
Yeah, you know what? We actually had a Joey props in this one, and it got pulled right before the show.
Oh my God! Is there any other Joey props? Because the people be asking.
Let me tee it up here for late. It was going to be Salter under. They had it up, obviously with the 2 QB rotation. I think the passing yardage was like in the 170s. So that was going to be but now the over under's out on him. You know what?
It's all right. We remember Barb can't show props, so
we'll have
them tomorrow.
Well, I was gonna say, are we doing a live?
We're doing a live one. What game do you want to do? I told because you were late, like usual, fashionably late, I must say.
Let's do the Cyhawk.
I'm okay with the Cyhawk. I was thinking we have a best bet on Baylor.
Oh, if you want to do Baylor 8, that works for me.
That's also at noon. I know it's a CW, but that way, people that bet Baylor, we can decide what we want to do at halftime with our bet. Does that make sense?
Let's do it.
All right. So you guys have it. Good game. The noon window is sneaky good. I mean, if you're a diehard college football fan, Cyhawk, Iowa State, Baylor, SMU, Illinois, Duke, San Jose State might be in pocket if you listen to Knish on that one. So that's a noon game. But we're going to officially do Baylor SMU because we gave out Baylor plus 3.5 on Monday's show through the key number 3. I like our position. I like where we're at there. I think they win outright, but we'll see.
Yep.
Does 3 come back? That will be a question in the next 16 hours if you get the drift there. That's how much we like Baylor. Ryan's asking about team total. Nebraska team total under 40.5. That's not one that I was considering.
No.
Did you even bet the side? I know another bad opener was off 3-4 points. I mean, the entire board was off 3 points. I think the last I counted was 40. 40 sides and totals were off 3 or more points. On the first week, I can't bet in 5 years. Oh my God!
No, I did nothing on that one.
I didn't either. I don't plan on doing anything.
No, me neither.
Zach in the chat, dumpster dive with Kent State plus 49.5 to join friend of the show, Bud Elliott. Is Bud friend of the show?
Oh, sure. I mean, we've met.
I talked to Bud. I've broken bread with Bud. I didn't know he was a friend of the show. I think he might be friends with each of us individually, but friend of the show would be like they, mention us every now and then. I'm joking, man.
Maybe we could use a cover 3 shout out.
It would be nice to get. They do some numbers. Although I saw we did some numbers last week. Did you see that?
Yeah, numbers were good last week.
Our halftime show had like 1,300 live viewers. That's like by far the record.
I didn't go into the dumpster with Kent State. You know which game I went into the dumpster?
Let's hear it. I don't know yet. Where?
UAB.
You did?
I did 21.5 on UAB.
I guess. I can see that.
I
made it 20. So I'm not gonna.
I don't like. This is gonna one that can blow up in your face. One, obviously laying a big number with that. Their defensive coordinator was at Air Force for quite a while. I think the offense still has enough juice against the Navy pass defense that I don't particularly love. At 21.5, I was in. And I know, bad opener here. It got shot up. I don't blame it. Once it got above 3 touchdowns, I'm in.
All right. But not currently available.
I don't know. I think they're
20.5 at our friends at FanDuel.
Yeah.
What's with the total on that game? It keeps bouncing up and down. I'm more on the over.
Yeah, lean that way too.
But I guess it makes sense. What you just said, I wasn't aware that their DC was at Air Force. I think that's a pretty sharp. That sold me.
Yeah. Well, again, I know as Jacob mentions in the chat, they they haven't had the greatest success, but I like.
Okay. Thanks, Jacob, for that. Step on a Duck says over my favorite total of the week. Yeah, I'm kind of. It worries me that some unders, that's been bouncing back and forth. 59 is relatively key if you follow totals. So I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. We'll see. We have another. What time's that game? 3:30. All right. Maybe we got to save a couple in the chamber here for tomorrow. Back to the chat. I do have I can't go too much overtime today. I got number 1 versus number 2, Division 7 Ohio high school football tonight.
Oh, baby.
I got to beat 2.
You going with the old man?
Nah, just me. Old man's going to be in Findlay at a game, if you know Ohio. Michael in the chat. San Diego State and UCLA 2-pack. I prefer San Diego State out of the two. I did bet UCLA in that summer on that game, pick them, but I don't feel great about it, to be honest with you. I was wondering with San Diego State, I saw a little bit of Washington State money. Them people showed up on game day. I'm kind of waiting for that. Your buddies that loved Washington State last week. I'm hoping that one might come back around for tomorrow's show.
Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Wait,
you like Washington State?
No. I thought you were.
No, your buddies. I hope they bet tomorrow.
Oh,
but they're probably broke. They probably lost their
I'm
house
with
after
you.
they bet them against Idaho.
I know it's all one-sided money on San Diego State. Everybody's on it. I can't make the case. After you look at that game last week versus an Idaho team that lost everybody.
They should have lost.
They should have
dominated the line of scrimmage.
And what the fuck are they doing at court? It's like that House isn't even playing, and it's like we're trying this other guy, and like they had like 40 yards passing. They couldn't run. I mean, I agree. That's worse than the Iowa Week 1 performance. I'm not totally like sold on.
I'm hoping he's got it turned around.
I hope so too.
I got ruined by a friend of the program. Somebody jumped the gun on that one. That'd have been nice to give out on a Monday. Let's talk tonight. We got like 4 games tonight. A-Train was asking about James Madison plus 15.5. I'll say my quick thoughts. There's been back and forth on both games.
Yeah.
My preferred sides would have been Louisville from like yesterday when that started to move off. I bet 13.5. And I agree. I think it might have been Duck on Northern Illinois. I think Raz is on the other side. It's been back and forth.
Yeah.
I think Northern Illinois and Louisville would be my preferred
You want to go head-to-head at 14 on James Madison, Louisville?
Yeah, let's go. You're going to give me 14?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. But, Well, I'll remember that in the future. I owe you.
I'll go with the Fighting Bob Chesney's.
All right.
I bet that this week at 14.5, but I'll go do it at 14.
All right. Good. We haven't had enough head-to-heads this
year.
What's going on? Are we getting too confrontational with one another? I was going to give you – I'll wait maybe for another show. I was going to give you a very nice compliment. But there's too much kumbaya between you and me right now.
On the other game, I played the dog at a little bit higher price than Northern, but I don't love –
Maryland crushes these kinds of games.
Yeah. And I got sucked into the live bet. I watched that first quarter at FAU Maryland. I'm like, Maryland's toast. This team's terrible. And then they just turned it after that.
Well, they're +6 in turnovers.
Yes. I don't think
that's like an auto fade for me the next week when you're +6. Did you do anything? I did bet nobody cares. I bet the favorites in the 2 FCS games tonight. But they got crushed.
Really crushed.
I bet off screen too. They didn't move. They're sitting tight. I looked. I went for a walk this morning, came back. Northwestern hadn't moved yet. I'm like, okay, I hate laying points at Northwestern, but I might be able to give this one out. Nobody's on this. Just got annihilated. I think Circa opened higher, and then it just went. Boise got crushed a couple days ago. Somebody watching crushed that one. He is watching. I don't have to name a name. He crushed that one. That was 24.5. Oof. That'd have been nice to give out on the show. Couple more. We'll call it a show. Bear, who is a newly friend of the program. I recently did a show with Bear. We talk now.
What show?
It was The Odds Breakers.
Okay.
I had to get the show. I do so many shows. Not anymore during the season. Yeah, you guys get me on this program more than anything. Bear said Arch got a bum shoulder. That's according to Charles.
That might be good for Texas.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Very good. That's Joey Knish, folks. He's good for one or two of them every show. Love it. Thoughts on under 49 Duke, Illinois from Sean. I didn't bet. I think 49 is pretty fair.
Yeah, I didn't get into love with the total.
And that total hasn't moved at all. Again, I think the sharp side's Duke in the game. I'm excited to talk about all those noon games, though, tomorrow with you. As they're going on, and I'm cussing and hollering and complaining that the FCS market got blown up and all this stuff. David Martell, hit the like. Yep, make sure you're hitting the like. Talk about a dumpster diving. Who do you guys like in Charlotte, North Carolina? I'm glad he brings this one up. You alerted me to it. And
we were first on the scene there for that game.
We were first on the scene. We took Charlotte, and you took over. Charlotte and over. Market agreed. Big time on Charlotte. Would you bet it now, though?
No.
I would not bet it now.
No, I can't get it now. I still lean over even after the move. And I wish we would have been on for that one, but
let's get to the money line round robin. Charlotte, that'd be a high variance game where if you're taking a double-digit dog to win outright, that'd be one. But what's in the money line round robin for this?
Yeah, let's go. Barbara, you got it. The pick available to pull up. Oh, look at that!
Look at this.
This is.
She's a quick learner.
I'm not even gonna remember Zach's name in a few weeks.
No, I know.
First one we talked about Mississippi State there. Live SEC at home looked improved. I think that's dangerous. Number coming down a little bit. So that one there plus 195. UNLV, and again, we were anti-UNLV versus Sam Houston. I'm still not super in on UNLV, but UCLA might be back to the Stone Age bad after the roster turnover. And I know early they turned around last year. Different team, different season this year. I'm out on UNLV. San Diego State, we talked about that one versus the Wazoo game. Small dog there, but I think it's the right side. Wazoo, again, really down. And again, Baylor, SMU, we liked that one on the spread, gave it out Monday, sticking to it on the money line. Just for disclosure here, they wanted the 4 to not be 50-1 or higher. So we got to go a little bit on the smaller dogs. But I like these 4 placed, and obviously myself as we do. That's the Joey K underdog money line round robin, and this will be on the site. So if you want to just one click and put it in the round robin, it should be loaded up.
Boom. There you go. And he is right. FanDuel, we love FanDuel.
People bet this stuff. They didn't want, they
didn't want big ones because they know we're due. We're due.
Yeah. And that's not us, trying to be like, they didn't want 100-1 plus out there that a bunch of people are round robining and they're taking 7 figures.
They saw that we'd have like 4 or 5 last year that went 3 for 4. They know that we're due on one of them. I got to be honest, so I think we go 3-1. I hope we win though. I really do. But I think 3 are very. I don't know. 1 will be just high variance. Egg's asking about Salter on a PPH pass attempts. Yeah. That's real Egg. I mean, that would be the best bet of the show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there you go.
Yep.
We back in the fighting Hardboss. NFL game.
I do like the Chargers tonight.
You like the Chargers or you don't?
I don't come in with a bunch of big NFL takes, especially non-Lions game. I got some 3.5, and it's mostly juice 3 out there right now. I don't really see much 3.5. But
I like the Chargers outright.
I do too.
Your boy Hitman and a bunch of other people gave out the Chiefs.
Well, not the first time I faded. Hitman won't be the last. You got anything else for Sunday? I think Homer. I did bet some Lions 2.5.
I heard I just got that order in from a sharp group.
Get the fuck out of here. 2.5?
Yeah, 2.5 Lions.
I mean, get the fuck out of here. Like the line, it should be Pitt -1, maybe 2.5.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be 2.5.
Oh, Micah Parsons.
I'm seeing one. Yeah, even as low as one offshore.
You got to shop that one. There's a book we won't mention that does have actually a 2.5 -105.
Yeah. Did you do anything? They've been swiped away, but I'm still F it. Who cares? You don't have to pay the juice if they win. I bet Detroit in a teaser. So what do I? I mean, I get you can't win long term.
Reasonably priced teaser legs.
I know they're not reasonably priced. I'm just saying I'm not saying blindly bet them, but I'm saying being select. Come on.
Yeah, that's a sexy leg. I'm not gonna lie
Yeah,
about it.
I think it's a very sexy leg. I think there's a few of them this week, but I know your boy Pizza Man was. I don't week 1. I keep it simple. Dog and under. So what happened last night?
Yeah. I can't believe that went under. I did actually take some Cowboy just for action. Took some Cowboys at posts last night.
Yeah, 8.5. You had to. I think the Chargers went outright, so that'll be another dog. Harrison Cooper with a $4.99 super chat. Memphis playoff 8-1. Man, I want to. I'm glad he brings that up. No one's talked to this. I bet Memphis pretty big this week. It hasn't moved. That concerns me. What have you done anything in this game at 13.5?
No, I will say I haven't heard a soul on this.
No,
game
nobody's on this.
I haven't filled any orders. I haven't done nothing. Over's taken a nice move, but side hasn't moved to pinch.
I like Memphis.
At the only side I could play is Memphis under 14.
So there you go. I bet Memphis big. You got anything else? I'm just looking at the chat.
Well, you sold me. I'm going to join you here.
You know what? I want to have like a real rooting interest besides my bankroll. I'm going to close the show with Memphis minus 13.5. Best bet. Fire. Boom. I bet that one. That was one of my biggest bets of the week. I thought it was going to go to at least 14, if not blow through 14. Best bet, Memphis, 7 o'clock. Barbara's on this. I don't have to give her the rotation number. I don't have to give her the time. She just gets it right on the schedule. Boom. Love it. You got any closing thoughts? No, Ethad, one more. Friday, guys, thoughts on Texas Tech minus 48.5. I can't do that. Rice plus 14. I can't do that one either. Cincy, you're chasing way too much. Sorry, Ethad. Are you on any of those?
No, I got nothing on those. To be honest, I know some guys that, again, we talked about earlier in the show, both sides of the Rice-Houston game. So I got no position.
Anything else NFL-wise? I'm excited NFL. Boy, I got to tell you, though, I'm a college guy. I love watching big time. Give me Ohio State, Texas. Give me LSU, Clemson, Notre Dame, Miami. When I see Jalen Carter spitting and getting ejected before the game starts, that's just a turnoff for me. It's just like, what is going on? I don't know. But I didn't know Dak. I woke up this morning.
I didn't see that clip where he doesn't spit on him, but he spits like on the ground.
And he's like laughing at him and smiling.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take my comments back on Carter, but still,
I will say, if
he's not so innocent. Dak should get it
for sure.
Fine.
If you're going to get ejected, though, the spitting, no. Like, you got to fucking jack the guy or grab his spit. You know what I'm saying? Or
take a shot.
Like,
take a shot.
The spit is not worth the ejection. Like, start a fucking brawl if you're going to get booted, especially first play of the game.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, well, let's call it, put it in stone at current Michigan. We're not best betting, obviously, but Michigan or Oklahoma at 5.
Are we best betting it?
No. But
we're already in on the under.
Yeah.
Aren't we in on? We're on at 6.
No, I'm just saying we're in on the side. But there was a question in the chat, like, would you still play it at 5.5?
I'd play it at 5.5. One of the best numbers available at our friends at FanDuel. We love FanDuel.
Where do you think that's going tomorrow?
I don't know. That's a very good question. And you know what? I don't know, to be honest with you.
I don't know either.
I was hoping we'd get the reading the tea leaves. Normally on a big game like that, on a dead number, we just seen a move and we didn't see anything. I get the take that I don't think people are fans. I'm talking to people with big pockets are fans of either. I think Oklahoma has some legitimate concerns on the offensive line.
Yeah.
And I think it's tough to trust a true freshman quarterback first road start against. He might not be a head coach, but he is a really good defensive coordinator, Venables. So I thought it would show today. It didn't. But maybe it shows tomorrow. And speaking of shows tomorrow, this is how a professional does a wrap up here.
What a segue.
Make sure you are tuning in halftime of the CW Network. Baylor against SMU. We have a best bet on Baylor. We'll tell you what to do in the second half of that game. Plus, there's a bunch of other big-time games happening at that time, at least I think gambling-wise. We're talking about short spreads. So make sure you're tuning in for that. For the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish. For our great producer, Barbara, who's improving. Her power rating is going through the roof after one game. She's like Florida State last week. I'm merely Brad Powers. Thank you for all the comments, questions, concerns. We'll see you tomorrow at halftime.